So it was another one of those nights, after a long evening of gaming and probably too many snacks. Don't ask, but there were Doritos involved. I crashed on my bed, phone in hand, Roblox still open. The plan was to play just one more game, but you know how that goes. 3 hours later, I'm out cold, with my phone still playing the background music from Adopt Me. That's when it started, the dream. It all began in my room, but something was off. Like, my bed had turned into this weird blocky rectangle, my clothes had transformed into a basic noob skin, and when I looked at my hands, I had square fingers. I jumped out of bed, and instead of feeling solid ground under my feet, I heard that familiar click sound Roblox characters make when they walk. I ran to the mirror, but of course, in true Roblox style, I had no face. I had turned into a full-blown Roblox avatar. Yellow face, blocky limbs, the whole deal. Well, this is weird, I thought, but I figured I might as well roll with it. Just as I was trying to figure out what was going on, my door exploded into a shower of pixels, and suddenly I was sucked into some kind of portal. I was spinning through a tunnel of glowing bricks, flashing neon colors, and floating pets. That's when I realized where I was headed, straight into a Roblox game. And not just any game, I was in Brookhaven. I landed smack in the middle of the town square, surrounded by avatars running around, riding cars, and of course, people role-playing as cops and robbers. I had to admit it was kinda cool until I noticed something terrifying. All the NPCs were looking at me, like really looking at me. You know how NPCs usually just do their thing, minding their own business? Not here. Not this time. One of them, a guy in a business suit who looked like he'd walked straight out of Bloxburg, stepped forward. He's like, "You," pointing a blocky finger at me. "You are the chosen one." I'm like, chosen for what? I immediately regretted my decision to speak to a Roblox NPC in the first place. "You've been chosen to save us from the Oofpocalypse," he said. I'm like, "The Oof what now?" He didn't answer, but suddenly the ground underneath me started shaking. I looked around and saw the sky turning dark, pixelated lightning flashing across the horizon. Before I could even process what was happening, the sky ripped open and out came Oofmonsters. Yeah, I'm not kidding. These massive creatures were made entirely of oof sound bites in glitchy code. Every time they moved, they made that oof noise, and their bodies were like corrupted avatars with faces scrambled into pixelated nightmares. Panic set in the game. People were running and pets were flying, and someone in a rainbow wig was trying to trade a neon unicorn to save their life. The Oofmonsters started smashing buildings, turning everything into glitchy, unplayable messes. And I just stood there like, well, this is fine. And that's when Mr. Business Suit handed me an item. He's like, "Here," and he handed me an item into my square hands. And I looked down. It was a noob launcher. Now, if you've never seen a noob launcher, let me explain. It's this giant cannon that shoots out, wait for it, noobs. Like actual little noob characters flying through the air like missiles. And I turned to face the Oofmonsters, and without thinking, I pulled the trigger. And a barrage of screaming noobs shot out, soaring through the sky like weird yellow projectiles. And guess what? It worked. The noobs slammed into the Oofmonsters, knocking them back and making them glitch out even harder. But that wasn't the end of it. Nope, things escalated quickly. Out of nowhere, my noob launcher turned into a rideable Adopt Me pet, an overgrown dragon, which was actually pretty cool. I jumped on his back, flying through the pixelated clouds, dodging Oofmonsters while noobs rained down from the sky. And at this point, I didn't even question it. I just rolled with the chaos. We soared above Brookhaven, and I saw the chaos unfolding below. People had summoned their pets, their vehicles. Someone even pulled out a giant pizza from work at a pizza place and started flinging slices at the monsters. And as I swooped down to save some helpless avatar stuck in a tree, don't ask me how they got up there, I noticed something. The Oofmonsters were multiplying. For every one that we defeated, 2 more appeared, and the sky was now filled with glitchy creatures, their oofs echoing through the streets. It was overwhelming. But that's when the sky lit up again, and who should descend from the clouds but Builderman himself. Yeah, you heard me. Builderman, the mythical figure behind all of Roblox. He floated down on a platform made of bricks, and he had this glowing hammer in his hand, and with a booming voice he yelled out, "Enough!" And with one swing of his hammer, the Oofmonsters started to disintegrate, glitching out of existence. And the sky cleared, and the chaos stopped, and everything was peaceful again. And the avatars started cheering, and Builderman turned to me. He's like, "You've done well, but your journey is far from over." And I was about to ask him what that meant when the world around me started to fade. Everything blurred out like a screen that was losing connection. And suddenly, I was back in my bed, waking up with my phone still in my hand, Roblox still open. And I sat up and I was blinking at the screen. Was it all just a dream? And I checked the game. Nothing weird. No Oofmonsters, no noob launcher in my inventory. Everything was normal. But then, I heard it. The faintest sound. Oof. and I stared at my phone in horror. Was I still dreaming? Or was Roblox trying to tell me something? I guess I'll never know, but I haven't played Brookhaven since. And that's the story of how Roblox almost took over my dreams. Just remember, if you ever hear an oof in real life, just run.